Don, tell me, what country am I living in? I just learned that the that the President of the United States ordered General Motors to fire, or asked him to resign, the chairman of General Motors.
Yes, Richard Wagner.
And replaced him with the chief operating officer. Mm-hmm. This is a publicly held corporation. The United States government is telling a publicly held corporation whom to hire and whom to fire. What's going on here?
Yeah, this is really disturbing, Ralph, when we know that the government is buying into major corporations and owns stock in those corporations, which gives them the right and the axe, which the White House chopped off Richard Wagner, the chairman and CEO of General Motors, and it's one of the most disturbing and deeply penetrating examples of the government now really running it. But do we want to have the people who run FEMA, the post office, Fannie and Freddie Mac and those running major corporations? I don't think so, and this is something that I think...
Now, what does FEMA stand for, Don? That's a wonderful, revered name in America. What's it stand for again?
Federal Emergency Planning, or agency that takes care of all the disaster.
This is the one that sent the...
Yes. Anyway.
When the flood hit Louisiana?
I was using it as a metaphor of the government bureaucracy that just doesn't... They don't know how to run corporations.
That's,
and your
that's
point
your point
is very well taken, Ralph, that... then this is the trouble and the danger that we're getting into by trying to take over these companies, and run them. There's a process in place. It seems to me the White House is trying to be the bankruptcy judge here, and they're going to, they haven't come forth, let's face it, and trimmed down and scaled back the company into kind of a lean and mean operation that perhaps can survive, and I think it can. But they've been slow to do that. But there's a system that does that. It's called a bankruptcy proceeding. And a judge, a judge would do what the White House did.
Right on, Don.
The judge would say, look, we want to put someone else in charge here. And, that's the system that we should have allowed them to do. And Wagner, Richard Wagner, who was basically fired by the White House, was talking about that a week ago and entertaining that notion.
I don't know if they ever did this when Sweden was at its worst when it comes to socialism, social democracy, but it certainly was. It sounds more like the old Soviet Union. Obviously you have the strangest reaction that you're watching from the Wall Street business crowd. What they're concerned with is, well, will this help General Motors with Congress get the billions of dollars in taxpayer money it needs? That's not the issue. The issue is, what kind of precedent is being set here?
Right.
How dangerous is
And they're not equipped to do this. There's a system, it's called a bankruptcy proceeding, and the White House should turn it over to that system.
Amen.